reconciliation bill, that provision that Senator Cruz is trying to tuck in?
Yeah. So
I was hoping to just get some information from you, find out exactly what you want Senator Johnson to know, and then I'll make sure he's aware and he knows it.
Oh, this is awesome. So I've been doing chats with AI, and I have an AI chat on Grok on X. So my name is Brian J. Schar, Schaar. It's the first one that's pinned up there. So the key points is the FCC safety guidelines are outdated. So they're outdated from 1996. Environmental Health Trust took them to court, and even the 1996 safety guidelines didn't account for the vulnerability of children or pregnant women, as well as environmental factors. So in that big, beautiful bill, you have a ban on AI. That means more 5G towers that are still riding on that old, outdated 1996 FCC safety guideline. So you have releasing of mercury from tooth fillings on PubMed as well as Magna Habits. So the drive of more self-driving cars as well as more AI, you need more 5G towers. So over Environmental Health Trust, you have a radiologist specialist that goes over this in a 4-hour lecture with Stanford University trying to put 5G on their campus. So when you go through that, the implication on children is 10 times more microwave radiation they absorb. Now, on top of all that, you have cell phone companies, anything that makes anything with Wi-Fi automatically has a set limit on what distance it needs to be to not exceed the safety guideline that's outdated. And that's usually around 5 to 15 centimeters or more away from the body. And that is in your about page legal of your phone. It's in everyone's phone. You are not supposed to touch the phone or hold the phone at all. Otherwise, you exceed the safety guideline. Now, ads show that phone being used, whether it's children, pregnant women, or whatever, using it outside the safety guideline. Now, I've had chats with Grok about all the intricate details of that. It's basically putting a child in danger because a child's brain's not even fully developed. So the road we're going down is RV glasses and AI glasses. Here's the best thing about this whole thing. You can grab a meter that's about $800-900 and you can test this. You have Dr. Samuel Milham, the author of Dirty Electricity, where you can actually see the millivoltage going into a child or a person, any size, anywhere at any given time. It is real science. So when you take all that with the mercury release, as well as our science as it is today, not testing these variables, the drugs that they are making today, vaccines that they're making today, are not going to react in the real world once someone gets immersed in all this microwaves. So Sam's book is probably the best way to go about getting deeper into it. He outlines the disease factor from the time we got electricity until the present. And that's pretty much it. If that ban gets put in there for 10 years, that means people are going to have cell towers right outside their door, never tested for the vulnerability of children or pregnant women, as well as environmental factors. We go to cryptochrome, it affects the bees as well as anything with cryptochrome in it. Over at Environmental Health Trust, they have all this information. It is a think tank with over 200 and some scientists from 43 nations about the non-thermal effects of non-ionizing radiation. This has already been explained in court, and
how have you gotten involved in it? Where did you first come to concern yourself with all this stuff? Is this a medical issue that you've had in your life, or a family member?
You got that. Like I have some lumps on my face I just recently got after they put cell towers up on my building. I live in a.
Where do you live?
I live at 400 North Monroe. It's a apartment complex for elderly and disabled.
In Milwaukee or Madison?
Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay. Okay.
So I even lost my Social Security because they lost paperwork at the Social Security office. I was diagnosed by Samuel Milham as electric sensitive. So I can feel this stuff. A lot of people don't feel it because their mylar sheeting is still intact. Usually you won't feel it until that starts breaking down. And then that's when you start feeling it.
Okay.
There's another.
Have you ever spoken to anybody in the local or state government or federal government before about this, or am I the first?
I've tried, but the road that I went down for this, I ended up getting my arm broken by a police officer, and I was confused why he was so like he enjoyed it. I didn't do anything to deserve it at all. I had 15 witnesses. My case got tabled. I had a picture with the mayor prior to my arm getting broken. He tabled my case underneath Robert Rules of Order to not show any merit to the case. The lawyer I did have at the time was trying to run for counsel, and I asked him if that's a conflict of interest. He told me no, and I'm like, yeah, it is. I know it is. So I never won any case at all. And that's how it all got started. My reasoning was, why did that officer act like that? The other two officers, the one officer that was holding my left arm, he was in complete, utter tears. I could bring them in a courtroom, and I know those two would back me up, as well as the affidavits that I had signed from the people that were there. But I sat there and wondered why he enjoyed it so. Like, he broke my arm, and afterwards he twisted it and was enjoying it like he was a demon or something. So I started researching Dr. Barry Trower, a military microwave weapons expert. Now, he did lose his doctorate from exposing people, but he has all this information. He was backed up by Magna Habis as well as Dr. Klinkhart, which has like 50% of his practice is autistic children. And he has the same thing for protocols on reducing EMF and Wi-Fi exposure. So Barry Trower did some work with Fort Bragg, and people were getting incidents where they would beat their wives or their children, and he rounded back to their headsets playing around with their brain waves, and it was even on the news or whatever, and it just went from there. And then I got a hold of Samuel Milham, Dr. Magna Habis, and these are legit scientists. Like, it's not like, someone on YouTube or anything like that. They have doctorates. And when you go look at the Baby Safe Project, you can see all the pediatricians that sign this as well, because guarding the pregnancy from these microwaves are huge. So Dr. Klinkhart had a 10-case study, and he could determine whether or not a pregnant woman was going to have an autistic child based on the EMF levels and dirty electricity. It's definitely an interesting road, and it's testable. You can grab a Safe and Sound meter pro millimeter wave, and that detects 5G, and you can see the numbers and correlate that with bioinitiative.org. So there they have all the microrads per square centimeters and what they actually got from their scientific experiments on that specific frequency.
Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you bringing all this to our attention. This is not something we have spent a lot of time dealing with or certainly thinking about. So your concerns and your advocacy efforts are certainly well taken and and you expressed them as good as I think you could. So I appreciate that. I'll make sure the senator is made aware of the things that you that you brought up.
Yeah, and I would definitely put emphasis on the vaccinations and children playing around and being in school with all those. It's going to cause problems with like if they have tooth fillings in on top of it, Like, you should see the study from Magna-Havas. Over baseline, it doubled or tripled on the mercury release. That's huge. And they're not even looking at that. They're looking at, oh, mercury's in the vaccine. No, it's the microwaves that break that blood-brain barrier. And they're just submerged in it. Just like you can even do the calculations on 30 children in there with cell phones plus the actual Wi-Fi router plus all the cell phone towers that they put up by the schools because they get money for that shit, like 20 grand a month. And you can go in there with a meter and test like Sam did before with another school. His paperwork is over there. The teachers were getting sick just from the dirty electricity from the fluorescent light bulbs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah, it's a lot to think about. That's for sure.
If you get bored, just go over to Environmental Health Trust. There's plenty of scientists over there, and you can hear the court ruling with the FCC. They have that all in there. You can hear the actual court date and the 3 judges that ruled on it.
I hear you. All right, I will do that as soon as I get a free minute.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to talk to you. You take care, Ron.
You too.